Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is at a major turning point, currently running into this significant line of resistance as the price is on the cusp of potentially a major breakout on this Bitcoin chart, while the price is still playing out this bullish divergence and has just hit this technical price target for this bullish pattern, while Ethereum is now rejecting from this critical area of resistance in the short term, while Solana is on the edge of potentially a major breakout, but for now is struggling around some key resistance. So I'll be talking about all of that and more late in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just before taking a look at the Bitcoin charts today, we need to take a look at the Bitcoin news today, because just on Monday, we saw a massive net inflow into the spot Bitcoin ETFs, because on Monday, we saw a net inflow of $555.9 million US dollars flow into the spot Bitcoin ETFs just on Monday. So over $500 million basically buying up Bitcoin. And so this was potentially one of the major contributing factors to that massive pump that we saw in the price of Bitcoin over the last couple of days or so, because obviously $500 million coming into the Bitcoin ETFs, essentially buying up Bitcoin, is going to help with the price of Bitcoin in the bullish direction. And so at this moment in time, we are continuing to see Wall Street, the whales out there with lots of money, continuing to buy a lot of Bitcoin right now. And with that being said, taking a look at the Bitcoin charts today on the 4-day time frame, not much has changed in the super trend indicator over the last 1 day. So getting straight into the 2-day Bitcoin chart. And right now, actually, as of recording this video, the Bitcoin price is attempting a breakout above this massive descending line of resistance, which is currently sitting close to 66,000. But with that being said, we still need to see at least that 2-day candle close confirm above around 66,000, which for now, the next 2-day candle close closes in a little over 1 day from now. And ideally, we also need to see a breakout above around 68,000 approximately, because around there we do have massive resistance. But if we can confirm the breakout, first of all, with a candle close above 66,000, and then ideally breakout above 68,000, that is the point here that we can finally start flipping much more bullish again, not just in the short term, expecting a short-term pump, but for a longer-term trend, expecting more of a bull run that could last for potentially months. And with that being said, taking a look at the daily Bitcoin chart over the last 1 day, the DXY has not really moved all that much just in the last 24 hours. So getting straight into this daily Bitcoin chart, and obviously we've continued that pump, that bounce over the last 1 day, straight into this massive area of resistance in between around 67 to 68,000. And obviously I mentioned back down here a couple of days ago, if we break out above around 64,000, at that point, it's extremely likely we'll see a quick move up towards 67 to 68,000, and obviously we've now seen exactly that as expected. But right now we are struggling quite a lot in this area in between 67 to 68,000, which is also expected. If you've been watching my videos here on the channel, I've been talking about how 67 to 68,000 is a major area of resistance. That's honestly probably the most significant area of resistance right now for the price of Bitcoin, which means if we can see a confirmed breakout above 68,000, that is the point where we can really flip a lot more bullish again and expect all-time highs potentially soon after that, if we can first see a breakout confirm above 68,000. But for now, that is still currently acting as resistance here in the short term. But when it comes to the short-term momentum, clearly we're looking more bullish than bearish as of right now, especially with this bullish divergence actively playing out on the 8-hour time frame, which I've been talking about basically every day over the last 1 week or so. Since all the way back down here, I've been talking about this bullish divergence playing out in the short term. And another reason why I'll be so bullish if we can see a confirmed breakout above, first of all, 66,000 with confirmation. So candle closes above 66,000, but ideally breaking out above 68,000. Another reason why they'll be so bullish is due to this cup and handle pattern also on the daily Bitcoin chart, because if we see a breakout above those levels, that would confirm this cup and handle pattern breakout, which would confirm a massive bullish price target for this pattern if we can first confirm the breakout, that is. And that potential bullish price target is sitting at close to $80,000 per Bitcoin, which will become active. That'll be an active price target for Bitcoin if we can first confirm this breakout above around 66,000, give or take, with a daily candle close, and ideally breaking out above this resistance above 68,000. And so from the point of the breakout from around 66 to 66,500 to that technical price target close to 80,000, that's roughly around a 20% move to the upside if you're trading that entire move. Or for example, if you're waiting for a breakout above around 68,000, right around here, if you basically enter around 68,000 or just above 68,000, still to that price target, that's around a 17% move to the upside, which is a huge potential opportunity. But once again, we just need to wait to see some confirmation here, actually confirming the breakout with candle closes. And of course, we already saw a successful trade similar to this just over the last couple of days on the smaller time frames here on the 6-hour Bitcoin chart. Obviously, as I explained since before we saw this breakout right here, I talked about this right around here. We have a double bottom pattern forming, also known as a W pattern. And I mentioned before we saw this breakout here, I said if we confirm a breakout above around 63.8K, that would activate a bullish price target, first of all, at around 67.2K, and a secondary price target, a higher price target at around 68.3K. And as of right now, the price of Bitcoin has already successfully hit the first price target. We've already taken that out, and we've so far gotten very close to that second price target at around 68.3K. But obviously, we also have that resistance to watch out for in between 67 to 68,000. And so personally, I have taken a little bit more profits just out of this short-term Bitcoin long position. Obviously, I've not sold any of my long-term spot holdings, my long-term Bitcoin holdings in cold storage. But with that being said, I've just taken a small amount of profits off the table just from that specific leverage long position here that I was just trading this move to the upside. But I have the rest of the trade still open. I've just closed a portion of the trade in case we continue pumping here, and especially if we see a confirmed breakout from this cup and handle pattern here with a daily candle close above these levels and ideally above 68,000. In fact, if we break out above 68,000 with confirmation, personally, I'll be looking to basically accumulate a larger long position and basically double down on this bullish price action if we see more confirmation here. But for now, I'm not really making any other changes to my trading strategy. I'm not adding more to my positions as of right now because there's still that possibility that we could reject from this resistance because we've not yet seen the confirmed breakout above 68,000. And so that is the situation for Bitcoin right now. We're overall at a major turning point, especially on the larger timeframes, potentially about to start a major bull run if we simply see some more confirmation. And that is my overall trading strategy for Bitcoin right now. And as always, if you want to take these trades for yourself, personally, I take just about all of my trades over on Bybit. So I'll make sure to leave a link to Bybit down below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link down below this video to make your Bybit account and deposit on that account, then you can get up to a $30,000 deposit bonus, but only if you use that link down below this video. And also, if you use that link, it'll take you to this page right here, which is a 500 USDT position airdrop. So basically a free $500 trade that you can claim if you use the link down below this video to make your Bybit account and deposit on that account, and then simply claiming this airdrop. Once again, first link down below this video. And so if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well check this out. But for whatever reason, if you cannot access Bybit or if you cannot KYC on Bybit, there's also Bitfinex, which is another crypto exchange similar to Bybit, but you don't need KYC for Bitfinex, which means if you're in the US or the UK, for example, or another country where you might not be able to access Bybit, you can access Bitfinex. So I'll also leave a link to Bitfinex down below this video. And if you use that link to Bitfinex, you can get up to a 5.5K deposit bonus. And only if you use that link, you can get an exclusive 10% discount on all trading fees on the Bitfinex exchange forever. But that's only if you use the link down below this video to make your Bitfinex account. And so as another option out there other than Bybit, once again, there's Bitfinex links down below if you want to claim those extra bonuses. But with that being said, taking a quick look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, and over the last one day, we've taken out a little bit more liquidity to the upside, which is sitting at around 66.7K to around 67,500 approximately. But just here in the short term, we did see a bit of a scandal candle with the price quickly going to the upside to liquidate some short positions and then liquidating late long positions with a quick little dump here in the short term, a classic scandal candle. But with that being said, we don't really have a lot of liquidity immediately to the upside or immediately to the downside because we've already taken out a lot of this liquidity. And so we still have some liquidity, just a small amount in between around 68.1K to 68,500 approximately, and a small amount of liquidity at around 63.7K to 63.3K, and a decent amount of liquidity in between around 61,500 to 62,000. But with that being said, like I just said earlier, we don't really have a lot of liquidity just immediately here in the short term because we've already wiped out a lot of this liquidity with these recent moves. And with that being said, taking a look at the Ethereum chart today on the 3-day time frame, the price of ETH is still trading above that previous line of resistance, which should once again act as new support, sitting at around 2,500. And we still have significant support all the way down here in between around 2150 to 2.2k. But when it comes to resistance, we have this significant level on the price chart, which was previous significant support and is now acting as major resistance at around 2.8k. And with that being said, taking a look at the 12-hour time frame over the last one day, obviously we continued this breakout above this area of previous resistance, now once again acting as new support, and that's sitting in between around 2550 to 2580. But with that being said, we basically rejected almost perfectly from this massive area of resistance, sitting in between around 2.7k to 2.8k. So the moment the price of ETH got very close to 2.7k, that is where the price started to struggle and start essentially reversing, at least just in the imminent short term here. And so obviously 2.7k to 2.8k is still a significant area of resistance, which means if we can see a confirmed breakout above 2.8k, that would be extremely bullish for the price of ETH on the larger timeframes, and we'll likely see a run well above $3,000 if we can first see a confirmed breakout above 2.8k, because for now, that is still currently acting as short-term resistance. And so that is the area on the price chart that we should be paying attention to, where the price is most likely going to struggle at just in the short term. But the overall momentum is still technically looking bullish as of right now, as we're seeing similar price structure right now to what we saw in around the first half of September and around the middle of September, as I've also been talking about over the last half a week or so, nearly over the last 1 week, basically comparing this price structure to what we saw back here, which is bullish price structure. And if we're zooming into the shorter term, looking at the 4-hour time frame, the price of ETH has now successfully completed this double bottom pattern, also known as a W pattern, because obviously, as I explained to you yesterday, we already confirmed the breakout above this line right here, the line of resistance, which was sitting at around 24.95, so close to 2.5k. And once we confirmed that breakout with a candle close above 2,500, that activated these bullish price targets, first of all, at around 26.30, and secondary price target at around 26.60, and we've now successfully taken out both price targets just here in the short term. And so technically speaking, that now means we have no bullish price target right now, at least in the short term for the price of ETH. We have potential levels of resistance to watch out for, but no technical bullish price targets, at least as of right now, because we have already taken out these bullish price targets. So obviously, if you took this trade and basically entered some sort of long position around the point of the breakout and closed the trade, or at least took some profits close to these price targets, you would have done very well. And so overall, it's just important to pay attention to support and resistance right now for the price of ETH here in the short term. And essentially, the price of ETH will likely follow what Bitcoin is doing. So if Bitcoin sees that major confirmed breakout on these larger timeframes, there's a good chance that that could potentially be a leading indicator for Ethereum, possibly breaking out above 2.8k sometime in the next 1 or 2 weeks if we first confirm the breakout for Bitcoin. And with that being said, taking a look at Solana on the daily time frame, and over the last 1 day, we continued that bullish pump here in the short term exactly into this area of resistance, which is exactly where we started to struggle at as expected, in between around 159 to 163, which is still currently acting as major resistance. And so once again, the short-term momentum is still clearly looking bullish as of right now. But as I've said many times here on the channel, we cannot ignore resistance, because these areas of resistance is where the price is most likely going to struggle at. So don't be surprised if we see the occasional rejection from these areas of resistance. And now, if we can see a confirmed breakout above around 163, that would be extremely bullish for the price of Solana, because that is significant resistance. And the next area of resistance is sitting in between around 170 to 175, but that's not as significant as this area of resistance. So if we see a breakout above around 163, honestly, there's a good chance that in the coming weeks, we'll see a move up towards this area of resistance, which really is the next significant area of resistance, in between around 183 to 180. As the next significant area of resistance beyond this area, so beyond 163. And also, if we can see a confirmed breakout with candle closes above 163, that would also mean a confirmed breakout for this massive inverse head and shoulders pattern on the daily Solana chart, which has essentially completed the formation phase, but we're still waiting to confirm the breakout above resistance, above the neckline right here, which this neckline for this pattern right here is sitting at roughly around 158, but ideally we need to see a breakout above 163 to be more confident that we're really heading in the bullish direction. And if we see that confirmed breakout, that would set up a confirmed bullish price target for this inverse head and shoulders pattern, which would be sitting at around $202 approximately. So just above $200 as the next price target if we confirm this breakout, which from the point of the breakout to that price target would be close to a 30% move, or from around 163 to that price target. If we wait for a confirmed breakout above 163, that would still be around a 23 to 24% move to the upside with no leverage, which is a pretty good move, because if we're using, for example, a 10x leverage long position, that'll be around a 230% profit. And so overall, we have many trade setups for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana right now. All we're waiting to see is just the confirmed breakout above these important points of resistance. So we're at some major turning points right now. We're simply just waiting for confirmation, but this is the point where we need to be prepared to potentially take those opportunities. And so if you haven't already, make sure you're set up, ready to go on one of those exchanges, links down below, if you want to claim those extra bonuses in order to take these trading opportunities, which could be coming potentially very soon after we see some confirmation here. And with that being said, taking a look at the shorter term on the 6-hour time frame, obviously over the last 1 to 2 days, we confirmed this breakout for the W pattern, the double bottom pattern above this line of resistance, which was sitting at around 149, and that activated a bullish price target at around 163. But remember, we have this resistance to watch out for starting at around 159 and going up towards around 163. So that is still where the price is likely going to struggle at, which is what we've seen over the last 1 day. So just keep that in mind as well. Even if we have bullish price targets, we cannot ignore resistance. And like I said for Ethereum just earlier in the video, Solana will also likely follow similar price action to what Bitcoin is doing. So if we potentially see a major breakout for Bitcoin here on the larger timeframes with confirmation, there's a good chance that Solana will play out something similar as well. And once again, if you want to trade these moves for yourself in the price of any crypto, check out those links down below this video to claim those extra bonuses. And if you want to actually know how to trade crypto, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions. And the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.